Hey crafters, happy holidays. It is time for us to start saying it. I've been waiting and waiting, but Merry Christmas, it's here. I thought today I would do my very first kind of my favorites or what I'm loving kind of video. And as most of you know, I've recently had a house fire, so I lost everything. So this is very, very interesting because these are things that really are must-haves for your craft room because they're the first things that I replaced. So when you're thinking, what do I need to have for my craft room? What items do I need to be sure I purchase? I'm fixing to show you some things that are really definite must-haves. So in no particular order, just the things I think you have to have. I'm gonna start first with good adhesive. These two adhesives, and to be honest, although I am a close to my heart consultant, that some of these things won't be close to my heart, but these two adhesives are fantastic. This is Bonding Memories. This one is the broad tip and this one is the more precise tip or the precision tip. It's actually called a dual action pen because this can be a permanent bond or it can be a temporary bond, and these are fantastic. They work quickly and easily and you get the job done. So I recommend these to anybody. And you have to have a good glue or a good adhesive because you're going to be using that in just about every project you do. And this tip, when you do those intricate Cricut cuts or things like that, this tip is perfect for just about any cut you can do. So I recommend these two. And if not these, I've used I think it's called the Zig 2-way glue pen. I've used it before and I love it. There's lots of things out there, but really you're gonna need two good wet and then wet dry adhesives. So that's that. The next thing I'm loving, and I haven't even taken these out of the package, which is so funny, I have replaced them though. From the fire, as a matter of fact, the day before the fire, I had just purchased new glitter pens and white gel pens, and they burnt in the fire. So here's my replacement pens. This is the Jelly Roll white pen. Love this for doing stitch lines or writing things on dark paper. This is perfect. This is the Stardust Jelly Roll pen. This is the one that you can color on the stamped images and it gives you a glitter or a shimmer or a shine. These are fantastic. They dry quick. Much quicker than using like a glitter glue. These are great, so love these. Got these at Hobby Lobby, $3.69 and $2.99. And look, they come in a set of two, so they last you a long time. Love those. Other craft room must-haves. These are clear acrylic blocks. I have 3 of them and they come in multiple shapes and sizes. I love these particular ones from close to my heart because they have this indentation for your fingers to fit into. I'm going to turn it sideways so you can see how my fingers kind of sink into those indentions. It helps you to grip it really good and to hold on to it so you can really have control. And if you notice, if I turn it this way and hold it like this, you'll see there are no indentions. Only on 2 sides, but I love these. This is for your longer sentiment stamps, or if you want to do a border, this is perfect for that. Your shorter little quick stamps, and then your fatter, square, wider stamps here. So must-haves, acrylic blocks for all of your acrylic stamping. Now, you knew this was coming. The Art Philosophy cartridge. I think I've used it in every single project I've done lately, but it's amazing. And here's the thing. You might think, oh, she's just pushing this cartridge and, you know, she's just trying to sell it close to my heart. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't sold the first one and that doesn't hurt my feelings. What I want you to know is this is an incredible cartridge. I heard it talked about, it's the reason I really went into business with close to my heart. I heard all the things discussed on it, but when you look at an item, like for example, you can see this little square and it's showing you what cuts out here. When you realize that these 2 dimensions get you this cut and this cut and this cut and this one and this one and this one and then this one and this one and this one and this one, and they all layer on top of each other, not to mention your fonts and your number and your dimensional pieces, your 3D pieces that come. It's amazing. A pillow box. This is a little square box. Another little envelope. It's amazing the cuts you can get from this one Cricut cartridge. If you don't own this Cricut cartridge, it's really a shame because it's only $99, which sounds like a lot, but you get this, you get stamp sets, you get some chipboard pieces. It's just really worth it. I have used it and I haven't even scratched the surface. I'm looking at stuff thinking, oh, I need to do that, I need to do that, and this is how I get my inspiration. I just flip through the page and go, oh, I love this. How can I use this and what can I do with it? And that's how I do it. So no surprise here, the Art Philosophy Cricut cartridge. And I'm gonna be honest with you, My next thing is my Cricut, which would be my next favorite, and you have to replace it. I did replace my Cricut very early on because you can't live without one once you've had one. And this is the only cartridge I purchased. I have the one that came with it. I've only purchased this one. I had 7 cartridges before, which is not a whole lot, but they did everything I needed them to do. But this is the only one I've purchased since, and I love it. Cannot live without it. So the next thing on my list is going to be a simple but very needed item. My bone folder. I remember watching TV shows a long time ago and the host using a bone folder, me thinking, what a silly waste of time and money. And you know that you thought it too. I'm not the only one who thought that. I thought, really, to crease a line with? Whatever. Okay, it's amazing. I use it for everything. It's not just for creasing lines. I love it. So this was one of my first things that I replaced after the house fire. I had 2 before, and this is the one I replaced from close to my heart. I really like this one. I love my other one too. It was a Martha Stewart one that had the pink. It was really pretty, but this one I really like too. I like that you can hold this one. You get a good grip on it because it's kind of chubby in the middle, and I really like that about this bone folder. So there you go. Gotta have a bone folder. Next most important item is this. Precision tip scissors, something that gets you in those tiny spaces and cuts around things. And I replaced these really early on because these you use in every project for something. These happen to be from close to my heart, and I love them and I recommend them, but you just have to have a small scissor to help you get around some pretty intricate items. While we're talking about scissors, I also had to have, and these have something stuck to them, I also had to have a large pair of utility scissors for cutting glue tops off, for cutting papers in half, for scrap paper. This is not for precision cutting. It's not for permanent cutting. This is for the messy, I just got to get this cutting. Okay, so big scissors, little scissors. And then we haven't even gotten into fabric, which I haven't started with you guys, but I will eventually start some fabric things with you. Pop-ups or dimensionals of any kind, I have to have these. I purchased the square ones. I also have the foam tape from close to my heart. These are must-haves. So I love that to give dimension to your project. These are coming from Hobby Lobby, really cheap and easy. These are from close to my heart. Also cheap, not expensive. So there's a couple other gotta have things. My other big gotta have is this guy. Everybody knows what this is. The ATG gun. Don't know how I lived without it before I had it. Can't live without it now. It was one of my first things. We've been out of our house now, I'm thinking 6 weeks, going on 2 months, and this was one of the first things I replaced because everybody knows it's the holiday season and it's time to start crafting again, and you have to have a good adhesive. This one is fast and quick for holiday parties when you're making a bunch of invitations, or I just got through doing a surprise party invitation, and I guess I had to do 20 or so, and I was able to do them in no time with this. So Advanced Tape Glider is what ATG stands for. It's made by Scotch. This one happens to be pink because it's the Susan G. Komen version. I got it at Yes, I did. I got it at Michael's with a 50% off coupon, or it might have been a 40% off. I can't remember, but it was with a coupon. And love it, can't live without it. I suggest this for everybody, even if you're not a crafter. If you're a gift wrapper, boom, done. This is so fast, so I suggest this for everybody. This one won't be a surprise to anybody either. The Cuttlebug. You have to have one of these in your collection if you're a crafter. I mean, I guess you don't have to, but I do. I love it. So I got my Cuttlebug shortly after the fire, replaced it. I'm working on very few folders right now, but the one folder, here it is. The one folder I think is a must-have with the Cuttlebug, especially for this season, is this Snowflake Folder. I love this folder. I had it before the fire. I used it constantly. You can see the snowflakes are so pretty. I can't imagine the winter without this folder because I use it for everything. You saw in my last project, I even Cuttlebug snowflakes onto snowflakes. So it's just perfect, and I use it for everything. So that's another must-have. Here's another complete have-to-have product. This is the 2-inch Scallop Circle Punch. With the Art Philosophy cartridge, it's not as important to have this anymore if you have the Cricut, because you can cut these out on your Cricut. But I really, really love having this because I use this for everything. Treats for the kids. When you're making the sucker, you know, the little lollipop covers or suckers, we call them in the South. If you're making little sucker covers or whatever, this is perfect and quick and easy. You have to have one of these. I keep saying you have to have. I mean, these are my have-tos, so things I don't want to be without. My new favorite, Bic Market markers. I don't even know how I did without these. I never purchased Copic markers. I enjoyed them, and I enjoyed watching tutorials on them, and I really kept thinking, I'm gonna get those, but they are so pricey for me. I could not afford them. The same day I purchased the gel pen and the white and the glitter pen were the day I bought these markers. They were sitting on my craft desk the day of the fire, and they had not even been opened. I had not even used them, so I was so excited to replace these. These are 24 fine line markers. They work very much like Copics. If you have a blender pen, you can use a blender pen with them. I actually saw them for the first time on Stamp TV with Gina Kay. I watch her all the time, and she uses these just like her Copic markers, and I have just fallen in love with them. They're named, so you have a name to reference, you know, when you're using them on projects. They are affordable. At Walmart, these are around $14. They might even be a little less. But I don't know how I did without them. They color beautifully. Cardstock soaks them up so pretty, and just, they're rich and thick. And if you've watched any of my tutorials, especially the one about the snowman where I'm using the all decked out stamp set, you can really see these being used. So don't know how I did without them, but these are them, the Bic Market markers. We'll use them over and over again.